Welcome back to Are You High Right Now? DJ, are you high right now?
I am.
What did you smoke today?
Roast mellow.
Roast mellow. Have you smoked that before on the pod?
I think so, because these 510 threads are still pretty new, and we've only had probably 5 or 6 strains.
Okay.
So I'm sure I have. Just the most convenient way that I enjoy smoking.
Nice. Okay, so we did not post a podcast last week. We were going to. It was Easter weekend, and we typically like to record on Sundays, and it just, obviously we didn't record on Easter, and then it just didn't work out to record any other day. So, sorry.
I mean, it was Easter weekend. Give us a break, guys.
I don't think anyone's giving us a hard time.
Yeah, I don't think they are either.
Even though it's not like we're like huge Easter people.
Yeah, no.
But, you know, we hung out with family. We ate some good food.
Good food.
It was good.
Well, some good friends, family.
Yeah. Any other updates since we haven't talked to anybody in the last 2 weeks?
We're dropping a new product here in the next 2 weeks at work.
Ooh, can you say what it is, or can you hint at it?
I can hint at it. It's I guess I probably could talk about it, but just in case I can, I'm just gonna kind of hint at it. But
Okay.
what it is it's a dry herb vaporizer. It's a pretty inexpensive way to ingest your medicine. It's healthier for you. You're not combusting any organic material, so there's no carcinogens, so on and so forth. We sell it into like pre-packaged pucks, so we'll have like all of our strains in these pucks, and then also we'll have those same strains also infused with like hash and other concentrates.
Okay.
So then we'll have like our normal flower, and then we'll have a little bit more powerful stuff. And then another cool thing to it is we'll have like kind of 2 sides to it. We'll have an unwind, and then an up. It's actually called a GSD, get shit done. So,
I like that.
So the get shit done is more of the sativa. So it's more of an uppity, more. Make sure it's not going to make you go to sleep. It's gonna keep you going, keep you focused. It's an easy smoker throughout the day. And then the unwind is you get home from work, you're trying to just take a load off, sit down, watch a TV show, just take a hit of that, and it just kind of gives you that body high, lets your body kind of relax a little bit. If you're having any aches or pains.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Do you know if like the get shit done, if anybody like takes that instead of coffee, do you feel like that is like comparable or
It definitely
no?
So for me, the super sativa ones aren't necessarily my thing. I have some minor anxiety, so whenever I have a super sativa, it gets the heart kind of racing.
Yeah.
It elevates that heart rate. It just kind of makes everything. So that's not necessarily my cup of tea.
Right. And I think I've actually heard that for a lot of people that are like, ooh, wait, weed's not my thing. It makes me anxious. And maybe it's just that they're smoking the wrong thing, probably.
Correct. Yeah.
Or in my case, it makes me fall asleep immediately.
Well, I mean, I want to say, like, when you've had, like, even just had taken a hit of flour in the past, it's been completely different experience than when you've eaten edibles. Like you said, when you eat edibles, they just kind of put you to sleep. But when you've smoked with me in the past, like taking a hit or whatever, I don't know, you're giggly and we chat for a while. And
Yeah, that's true.
I definitely know that, like, when you actually smoke, I don't think it affects you the same, which it shouldn't. It's a different.
Well, I was just saying before this, like the last probably edible I took was years ago. I think it was our grocery trip when I literally like was on the couch in and out of sleep the entire day.
Yeah, you after our Walmart trip, we got home, we ate a bunch of junk food, and then you passed out probably for 6 hours.
But it wasn't, I realized I don't like that high. I feel very like kind of out of control, and I don't know how to explain it.
You just took too
Not like
much, I
calm. I just feel way too high. So that's not my kind of thing. And even sleeping, it wasn't like, oh, I'm just getting a nice nap during this day. I just felt like I literally couldn't even
Just
keep
dead.
my eyes open. I felt dead to the world. Yeah. So that was not for me. But anyway, so skipping ahead, I guess I don't think I have any updates. Yeah, I don't think so. Today we're talking about like gym fails or embarrassing gym stories. Do you have any?
I don't.
You don't?
I really don't.
Haven't been in the gym in 5 years.
I haven't been to the gym in 4 years. Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll count it. Count the
And
years.
When I went to the gym, I was always very self-conscious. So
You were?
yeah, very.
Oh, I'm surprised by that.
I was very self-conscious.
See, I think when I've gone to a new gym, I'm self-conscious for a little bit because I don't know where stuff is and I feel very out of place. But once I'm like comfortable with everything, I actually feel very confident in the gym. Because I don't really talk to anybody, I just feel like, oh, headphones in, I'm just like getting it done. That's kind of where I feel like the most confident. But the reason that I wanted to do this for a podcast was because I have some embarrassing gym fails, and one of these happened the other day. And I think this happens a lot to girls, and I didn't feel like that embarrassed by it, but I was like, ugh, that was probably not good. So it was a busy day. I was doing legs, so I was like squatting, and I'm squatting like there's plenty of other people like behind me. Don't think anything of it. I finished my workout. I'm like in this other section of the gym stretching, and I had Fabletics leggings on that are pretty good leggings. They're pretty thick. So I was like, no way is that see-through. But as I was stretching, my knee like stretched the fabric and my knee was fully like see-through. And I was like, shit, if I can see my knee right now, I'm sure that people could see my ass while I was squatting. But I didn't, maybe not. And no one was like looking, or I didn't feel like that. Also, it's like, who cares? You see like the color of skin. Like they were not like cheap leggings, so it wasn't like you could see everything. But if anything, they could maybe see like a little hint of skin. So that's what made me think of this podcast. But I have two pretty embarrassing stories that did affect me at the gym. One of them, I was doing like interval sprinting on the treadmill. It was a day that was pretty busy, and I was like sprinting pretty fast for me. So I was doing like 30 seconds at like 11, and then I would walk, and then 11 and I would walk. And I tripped while I was sprinting, but I like caught myself on the handles. So like my knee went down and hit the tread, but I was like able to pull myself up, but it hurt. And I like skinned up my knee and like ripped the fabric. And then it was just embarrassing because I knew there were people around me. So like after that happened, I like looked around and I was like, shit, like no one made eye contact, but I'm like, oh, that was embarrassing. So I like got off, and my friends Casey and Keaton were like talking a few feet away, and I like walk over to them. I was like, and they acted like nothing happened. I was like, guys, I just fell on the treadmill, and they're like, we saw. I was like, that was so embarrassing, and that really hurt. And I was like, I don't know if you've ever had like done something at the gym where you hurt yourself, or you like pinched your finger or something and like it hurts, but you are just trying to like play it cool. Like, nope, that didn't affect me at all. So that's kind of how I felt. So that was one of them. And then this happened like more recently. Actually, I've had this happen twice, where I was doing like, what do you call it when you have a resistance band and you're like sitting on the floor, your legs are straight and you're pulling like back, you're working your back.
It's like probably like a trap muscle, or your lats.
But what's that called? It's like a back. It's
a
like
Russian,
a row, like
it's a Russian something press.
I don't think.
Or row. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know the technical term, but I was using a resistance band and like rowing, just like sitting, just like stretching my back out. And this happened twice. One of them, you were there. I don't know if you saw it, but your friend did. I don't remember who, but the resistance band slipped off the edge of my feet and came back and smacked me in the throat.
My friend saw?
Yeah, it was Lance. I think it was Lance. Could that have been
Lance
possible?
Apple?
I swear he was at the gym that day. Is that way wrong?
I don't think he goes to the gym.
Okay, never mind. Somebody saw. Maybe it was Nick.
I remember this story. I'm trying to remember what friend it was.
I don't remember.
Not many of my friends go to the gym.
Why did I think it was Lance? Anyways, it came back and hit me in the throat, and it really hurt. And then this happened like again, probably like a couple months ago. I was like doing the same thing, but this was like one of my first times back at the gym postpartum. So like I was using my same resistance bands that had been in my bag for quite a while, and it must have just gotten kind of like brittle. So doing the same thing, and it didn't slip off my foot, but the resistance band fully broke. And again, it came and smacked me in the throat. And I like look up, And this guy that like I know of, but like I don't think I've ever had a conversation with him, but we like made eye contact and I knew that he saw that hit me and I just like laughed to myself and he just looked away. But that was pretty embarrassing. And those things they just happen, you know? So those are the stories I had. We have a couple listener stories. The first one. I was deadlifting one time and was hitting 500. Halfway through the lift, damn near at the peak, I pushed out a fart. Well, it wasn't a fart, it was a shart. Ran down my leg and onto the floor. I'm a meathead, so I just kept lifting and cleaned it up when I was done.
I don't know, man. Like that's okay.
So, I guess, okay, so you just kept lifting. How many more reps did you have? How much longer did you keep lifting?
Yeah, I'm kind of
while you had a shard.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of grossed out.
Yeah. Also, like, I do have questions here of, was it like a busy gym? Did other people like know that was happening? How did you clean this up gracefully without?
And were your gym bro like? If you're a meathead, then you're probably working out with one of your gym bros.
Yeah. And maybe if you're a meathead, you just don't care. You're like, hey, I hit that 500, whatever.
Shit myself.
Yeah. See, I obviously am not like a heavy lifter at all, but at times when I've like have pushed myself to like lift heavier, I don't like feeling like, maybe this is like stupid, but like straining so hard that it's even possible that I could shit myself. I know it's actually common for like people deadlifting will like pee themselves because they're like so focused on the lift, which that's fine. But I just don't want to get to that point where I can't control my.
Yeah, me either. I mean, you've seen me lift pretty heavy before. Squat pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I never felt like shitting myself.
Yeah. Deadlifting, I think, is another.
Oh, yeah.
Another
yeah,
thing.
You're right,
you know what
right.
I mean?
It's deadlifting.
Like,
You're right.
Yeah.
Wait, 500 pounds isn't that much when you're deadlifting, is it?
I mean, I would say that's a lot. The most I ever got was like 215, and that was probably the worst rep ever. And I could never do that now.
Huh. I guess I don't know. I don't remember. I couldn't obviously do it, but
We're just insulting this person so much.
I know.
It's not even that much.
I feel bad.
You shit yourself and that's like barely anything. 500 pounds?
We restart this one? Did you cut that out?
Really?
Oh, Jesus.
No.
That's a terrible one. Oh.
I know. Okay, next one. I had so much secondhand embarrassment when I took my friend to a bar class with me. I didn't hear it happen, but she told me after that she was struggling so much the instructor came over and whispered, "Are you okay?" Needless to say, she never wanted to go with me again.
Ouch. I hope that wasn't you.
No, oh, me being the teacher? No, no. I don't think my bar classes were like ever that hard. I took classes with other instructors that were hard.
If I went to your class, I'd probably never go back.
I know. I always wanted you to come.
Yeah, I never will.
I always wanted guys to come because bar, like, if you guys have ever taken a bar class, like, it seems like it would be really easy because it's just like a different way. Like, the weights are very, very lightweight. Some of it's like just body. So you would think if you lift normally, you're like, oh, that's easy, or you can do cardio or whatever. But like, it's just working your muscles in a different way. Mm-hmm. It's really hard. The first time I went with my friend Amanda, and I remember thinking like, oh, this was years ago. I was like, I'm going to go to this bar class and then I'm going to go to the real gym after because this is like not going to be a good workout. And I was struggling. My legs were shaking so hard. Yeah, it was hard. Bar's a great workout. I haven't done it for too long, but I did it. I kept teaching when I was pregnant, probably up until like 35 or 36 weeks. And if you're pregnant or need like low impact, it's a really good workout for you. It's not hard on your knees or anything.
Are you going to do that again?
I don't know. I liked doing it, but it's logistically, it's like hard with a baby because I always liked to be there early to set everything up and then stay late to clean everything up. And it's like to get a babysitter for 2 hours to run and go teach a class. I just don't really know. Did you teach a class
with him? If you just chilled?
No.
You can't?
Not with him. No, I don't think.
You couldn't like teach class while you're holding him? You can have like a
No.
baby bar class where like everyone's holding their babies.
I do think a baby bar class would be fun. I don't think he would be able to like sit still long enough for.
I think if
You
you're,
think?
I think if
And he's
you're,
heavy as shit.
it'd be good for you.
That'd be much harder than a normal bar class.
Well, just an idea.
And there
you know?
is like a little daycare room for some of the classes, but
You just throw them in there and lock the door, or what?
no, no. So sometimes there's like a daycare person, but another listener one. I was using the treadmill and dropped my sweat rag on the tread. I tried to smoothly pick it up while maintaining cadence, but I went flying off the treadmill instead, landing at someone's feet. Oh,
Yeah,
ouch.
that's definitely
It happens.
that's
Yeah.
treadmill. That's just treadmill action, man. I mean, I think we've all. If you've never fallen on a treadmill, let's be honest. If you really worked out, I feel like everybody's. I mean, because even when you're like trying to push yourself and you're on the treadmill, sometimes you go to lift your foot up and your toe catches,
Oh my
and
God.
if you don't catch yourself, you're going down.
It is kind of scary sometimes though, because yeah, that's like kind of embarrassing, but more so like I would be afraid of getting hurt.
I'm more
Like,
worried about a
actually
chick's
hurt.
hair getting stuck in like the. That's what I've always been scared of. Not my hair, but.
Maybe, but like how would that even happen?
So think if as you're getting shot off, your hair is going around the tread, and then it gets stuck and then sucked in.
Ouch.
How is that like?
I guess it's possible.
Like is that far fetched?
I feel like you would fall off fast enough that like
How do you-
unless your head smacks, like I don't even know how that would happen.
I mean, there's wheels have taken girls' hair before.
That's fair. Hair is hair is kind of a dangerous thing at the gym in general. Like I've seen people like videos of people lifting and their hair like I don't even know how this happens, but like their hair catches on the bar or something and I don't know.
Like you're like holding it right here.
I don't
'Cause your
know.
hair is freaking.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to get to some Reddit stories. Didn't have a ton of listener stories and again, that was kind of my bad. I didn't really put it out after we skipped a week. Pre-workout was in my system. Kanye West in my ears. I'm ready to start my lift. No one is using the bench, so I make my way over there. There's a couple of gym bros around. No big deal. Time to show them that this skinny guy can lift and lift damn well. Warm-up set of 185 pounds. Load the 45, load the 25. Change the song. Skrillex, yuck, but it'll do. Lay down on the bench, lift the bar. Immediately, the bar swings to the left. I only loaded one side of the bar with weights. Of course, the biggest guy over there comes over. You okay, big guy? I think being called big guy by a big guy after a rookie error hurt more than the fall from the bench.
Yeah, that sucks.
Have you ever done that?
I have not actually. I remember one time I think I was trying to go up a weight. You know how like when you're changing weights fast, you don't put your clips on.
No, I always put the clips on.
So whenever I think one of our last like burnouts, I think we do like, I think it was 135, 155, and then like 185 to finish. And you would just be throwing plates on as you do. I think it was like 333 or 555 or whatever the hell it was.
You just save time. You're just throwing.
Yeah, and most of the time it was fine. But I remember one time I think I was pushing it a little too much, and one side went down, and I lost one 5-pounder. I think it was a 5 or a 10-pounder, and then I could feel it, and I was like trying to hold it back and try to get it up, and then I lost the other 20-pounder, and then I fucking went. Yeah, it was embarrassing as shit. It was at the YMCA.
Oh, scary. Yeah. What were you were benching? Mm-hmm. Did it like, what I would be scared of is that happens and then other weights like go shooting off.
Well, and the worst part was I had a gym partner and they were standing behind me, so they could have been helping me the whole time.
Were not spotting.
They fucked up.
They were not spotting.
It was Prado.
Prado. He might have been the one that saw me hit myself with a
because he's the only one that I was like working out with.
Yeah.
I think, right?
I don't remember.
Nobody else worked out on the crew except me and Prado and Palmer and Bennett.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Oh God, this is embarrassing. Went up to a girl who looked like a girl I flirt with a lot. She was stretching off in a corner, and I come up and say, "So how'd you get so flexible?" It wasn't my friend, and I never learned how she got so flexible.
Yeah, it's not something I don't know.
Ugh.
Even if it's my friend that is a female, I'm probably gonna clarify whether or not it's her before I say some shit like that, because you're gonna come off real fucking creepy.
Oof.
And there's no
Gosh.
coming back after that.
Yeah.
Now you're just the creepy weird dude at the gym that she's
Yeah.
going to tell all her friends about.
You know, I have
How'd you
some.
get so flexible?
That's so creepy. I have like a very strong stance on like I do not, and other girls might be different. I do not think you should hit on a girl at the gym. Like I never ever ever want to be hit on. Even like when I was single, that's not the place that I want to be hit on. And I've had some interesting encounters at the gym of like stalker-ish in some ways. Like one guy.
How come I've never heard this before?
No, you have like the one. Okay, this is when I had my store.
Oh.
This one guy, he would be there every day when I was there, and I think at one point he like started talking to me and told me his name or whatever, and I was like nice, but whatever. I left, and then he followed me, and then I went to my store after, which was just like one street over. He came to my store and he was nice.
Didn't he say he was buying something for his wife or something?
I don't think that guy was. I think he was just he was nice, but it was like he just didn't maybe get the hint. And he was like a short little guy. Like I wasn't like intimidated by it, but I was like, buddy, no, that's not okay.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, because I think he was trying to be like, so should we get lunch or can we get? I'm like, no. Anyways, I just if you're a guy who does that, do it at your own risk because that's an immediate turn off to me. But you never know. All right, this one says, whenever I sprint and then stop, I always pee a little. I can't help it. One day I was wearing pink leggings and a crop top. That was the day that peeing a little turned into peeing torrents and unable to stop the flow. Had to do quite the walk of shame out to my car and then another walk of shame into the house past my boyfriend.
So she just peed herself?
Yeah.
I mean, it happens sometimes.
Yeah, it happens at the gym. I don't think I would be sprinting at the gym if I peed a little every time that I sprinted.
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah, it makes, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Because that is too close to that happening.
I missed that part. And yeah, no, I wouldn't run.
Yeah. She's like, I knowingly pee a little bit.
No, so you're
and
just
this time
slowly
I peed a lot.
You're just slowly emptying your bladder every time you take a step.
Ugh, that's such an uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah, what?
Peeing a little.
Having a sweaty crotch is uncomfortable.
Oh, that's like one of these.
Piss crotch.
That's like one of these too. Is like wearing a color leggings that
gets the sweat marks.
Yes, like we get crotch sweat, and you don't know till the end of your workout, and you're like, oh shit, that's embarrassing. But like,
why is it embarrassing?
I was just gonna say, why is it embarrassing?
Who's made that embarrassing? Guys have fucking nasty, sweaty shirts all the time, and
I just think it's one of those things like no one's telling you like, you should do that.
Gray gym shorts that have all their sweat stains on them and shit like that. Yeah, well,
guys especially. I mean, the first one, meatheads. They don't care in the gym. That is like where
I felt like I was a meathead though.
You were not a meathead. I don't think you were.
I was, at that point, I was definitely a meathead.
I think there's a difference between liking working out and going to the gym and being so consumed by it. So maybe for a short amount of time you were, because you were eating like a shit ton of protein. You were like,
I was
fully in it.
Oh, I was.
But I don't think like you're definitely not. That's not like
I think
your
that's why I
personality.
I think that's just how I got to where I was so fast, is because of that. I mean, that's just how I do things. Is when I try to pick up a hobby, I dive into it completely. Yeah. It's either go hard or go home. And I go so fucking hard.
No, a lot of times you choose to go home. That's been DJ's excuse for not wanting, because like I love the gym and like we used to go together sometimes, and I like that. But that's been your excuse for the last 4 years, is like, babe, I can't go back to the gym because I just go too intense. And it's like, okay, wait, that's the worst excuse ever. Either you fully get into it, or you're like, guess I can never work out a day in my life.
Yeah, I got more important shit to do.
As a freshman in college, our strength coach was teaching us good squat form, and all the upperclassmen were watching us. Stupid me decided to wear boxers underneath my gym shorts. When it was my turn to demonstrate my squat and have my form picked apart by the coach and seniors alike, my boxers tore and made the loudest ripping sound imaginable. The whole team laughed as a torn apart pair of boxers hung out from my shorts. Wouldn't you typically wear boxers underneath your gym shorts?
You know, I went a good portion of my life wearing boxers. And now they're just uncomfortable as fuck.
You wear something. You don't just go commando in your gym
No,
shorts.
I wear boxer briefs now.
Is that not the same thing?
No.
Okay.
Boxer briefs is actually some sort of support. Boxers, you're just hanging.
It's basically like shorts over shorts.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
mini shorts and shorts. That's exactly what it is.
That doesn't seem comfortable at all, but
It
oh,
is, it
that
is
is embarrassing.
sometimes, like, I don't know. Nowadays, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm older. My balls are hanging a little lower. I'm not really sure.
Gross.
Just need a little extra
It's
support.
not like you're 80.
No, I know, but gravity is a hell of a thing. It's fucking what?
Speaking of like
Speaking facts.
speaking of like just something ripping, this was not embarrassing because like no one saw this happen, but it just was sad for me. I had this Free People workout set, which was, I mean, it was decently expensive, and I was getting dressed in the gym locker room, and they were like stretchy leggings, but you had to really pull to get them on, you know? Anyways, I pulled a little too hard and it ripped, and it was like only my second time wearing them. So I didn't have any other leggings. So I just had to put my clothes back on and just go home with ripped leggings that were like, I think they were $80.
Jeez.
I was bummed about that, but
I'd be a little bummed about that too.
yeah.
One of these days I'll get back to the gym, promise.
Hey, I don't care. Okay. Nothing really, but a friend was doing squats outside the rack. Got to the bottom, couldn't do it. Rather than drop behind him, he rolled it over his head by tilting it forward. He acted like it didn't hurt, but there's no way it couldn't.
So he smashed it on his head essentially?
Yeah. No, learn how to bail, seriously. And if you, like, there is no shame in it dropping it behind you. Like, did you ever do that with Taylor at Benson's?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, if somebody gets mad at you for bailing some weights because you're scared you can't keep it up, then you're in the wrong gym.
Yeah, absolutely. But I like working out with Taylor. I remember one day, like, the whole thing was learning how to bail, like feeling comfortable just letting that weight go. Because it does feel like, shit, I can't let that go. And it wasn't like letting it drop on the rack. It was let it drop on the floor.
Yeah, it was on the floor.
Just bail it and just feel comfortable with that. I think that allows you to not be as scared to go up because you're like, worst case scenario,
And just bail.
I know how to bail.
Yep.
Also, though, have a spotter. If you're high enough that you don't think you can do it.
Once you're getting over 250, 270, 300.
Well, and that's not even, I don't think it's a specific weight. For me, it could be way, way, way lower than that.
Well,
and
I think the
might
biggest thing
feel
is
like I need a spotter.
don't try and push your limits when you're by yourself.
And that's one of those things where it's like, he's like, acted like it didn't hurt. God, that's freaking scary, though. That could like actually hurt you so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, I've done this so many times. Failing a box jump and scraping my shins all the way down the metal edge of the platform. Luckily, I was wearing long pants, lifted them up, and blood everywhere. Still finished the set, though. On a fucking metal edge. I've done it on wooden boxes, and that hurts like a bitch, but I've never done it on metal.
At Benson's, they had all those cushy ones. The cushy squares, remember?
No, I did.
They had the giant blue box one, or like that wooden box one.
They did, but I hit it on wooden at Benson's. I did.
They must have got the cushy ones later then.
Yeah, and that's like, okay, that's embarrassing in a lot of ways, right? Because you're like going to jump and you miss it, so you trip and you hit, and it hurts really bad, and then you're like bleeding and you're like trying not to cry and look like a pussy.
Just keep going.
But at the Y, they have them totally foam, so that's like the best.
I do. Oh yeah,
they should.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. The giant squares.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, those are great. Oh, ouch. Okay, went for a good long run in my new dark gray spandex leggings. Only after getting into the changing room post-run did I realize that sweat, or SWAS in my case, shows on dark gray spandex leggings. Oh, it shows so much. Dark gray's the worst. Absolutely.
She just had straight swamp ass and it was showing.
Yeah. I've made that mistake too, and I don't wear gray workout stuff at all anymore.
What about pink? You think pink would be really bad, wouldn't it?
Pink is bad too. In fact, I used to wear more like colored, like fun colors and stuff. Now I'm like just black for pants. I don't want any sweat showing. I don't want any more attention than necessary. It says, oh, I just remembered another really awkward one. I had run out of sports bras and I only had a bandeau, basically a tube top for boobs. left. So I decided, fuck it, I'll just use this and it should be fine. I also wore a white shirt because I thought it would match better with my tights. As I start my workout, I realize that this bra is not cutting it and it keeps sliding down and I can't keep stopping to readjust. My nipples did not really look visible in the mirror, so I gave it a go. So I went and took it off and continued. I'm on the lat pull down machine with no bra and my chest pushed out, trying to put out some reps. I then realized that I was probably putting myself in an awkward position as the rowing machine is next to me and there were a group of guys working in with each other, many of which were in direct view of my chest. I was also right in front of the boys' locker room. I quickly finished and left. I don't know. That kind of feels... You knew what you were doing. In what world are you wearing a bandeau to the gym?
Sorry, my neck fucking is killing me.
Are you okay?
No, it hurts like a motherfucker.
Why does it hurt?
Because I've been like doing this the whole time.
Well, I can move. How do we normally sit?
I don't know about that.
Here, I'll move. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, am I still... Can you tell if I'm still in vision? You're certainly not.
Probably not.
Are you okay?
My neck fucking hurts.
It hurts right now.
It hurts right now, up and down.
What do you need to do?
I need to look like this.
Okay.
Is what I feel like.
Look out. You don't have to look at me. Just make sure the mic is in front of your mouth.
Okay.
Anyways, if I didn't have, well, I have done this where I didn't have a sports bra and I wore a regular bra. That's awful too. Like I've forgotten to pack a regular bra. But a bandeau, what? That is so uncomfortable. And then to take it off and just be, and whatever. If your nipples are whatever. But like I would not feel comfortable doing that. Any thoughts?
Not really, because I've never like had to experience something like that.
Yeah.
I don't have boobies.
Also, just like right in front of the boys' locker room and a bunch of boys. Like,
I think it'd be really embarrassing to experience that. I guess it's like getting pants in front of the girls' locker room or something.
Yeah, but she's doing this like she did it herself.
I know.
She took off the bra mid set. I don't know.
Fair.
That feels a little pick me.
Suspect.
Okay. Yeah. She's like, oh no, there's a group of boys there. Okay, this one. A guy asked out my girlfriend. She says, no, I have a boyfriend. Points to me. And I coincidentally fail my bench burnout reps. And the same guy has to save me. Nuts in the face style. That's embarrassing.
So he has to come over the top of her and lift it up?
Not her, the guy.
I know.
Yeah, so the girl's like, that's my boyfriend over there as he's failing.
As he's
failing. And then this guy has to go and bail him out. Oh, that is embarrassing.
I guess this is your new boyfriend.
Yeah. We have 3 more.
Okay.
I was doing some lateral shoulder raises with dumbbells and my muscles started to get exhausted. I was kind of swinging the weight to get the last few reps out and letting the dumbbells come together at the bottom and touch. Well, at the end of the set, the dumbbells came together and clipped the tip of my dick. It got pinched really badly and started bleeding. I was wearing white Nike shorts. Not only was this incredibly painful, but I had to leave the gym with blood on the front of my shorts.
Jesus.
That sounds awful.
Control your weights, boys.
Have you ever clipped your dick on
No,
something?
control your weights. If you can't control it, dude, don't do it.
My God.
That's wild.
Ouch.
The only thing that uncontrollable weightlifting is going to get you is hurt or injured.
Yeah, it's like you're definitely not building like the right muscles if you're just swinging them like that.
Yeah, you'll be building muscle, but it's
Oh, that sounds so awful. Also, white shorts. Who is wearing white shorts to the gym? Do guys do that?
I don't know.
I would never.
I've never
wear
had.
white.
I can't say I've ever had a pair of white shorts.
A muscle-bound asshole left a bunch of huge plates on the squat rack where he was doing shrugs. He then moves over to talk to another muscle-bound asshole. I walk over to the rack and remove all the plates from one side. That's right, one side. The bar went flying over like a catapult and thankfully smashed the top of the rack before dropping the rest of the plates to the floor. The place went silent as everyone stopped to look at the non-muscle bound asshole who threw all the weights on the floor and nearly killed someone with a barbell. Worst part, the asshole that left the weights smirked because he knew exactly what happened. As I was reading this, I was like, shit, I forgot you can't do that. But I don't think I've ever like been heavy enough to where it's ever mattered.
You have to go back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, if you're in the lower weights, it doesn't affect it.
Yeah, I think once you get to like 130, over 135, I think is when it starts.
Yeah.
I think maybe a little more than that.
But I don't think I've ever had that happen, but I was like, shit, that's like a good reminder not to do that because I don't know.
Yeah, no, it can be really fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of ways to build chest muscle other than just doing bench press.
Yeah.
Like I like
That wasn't, he
dumbbells
wasn't,
was probably one of my main ones. I liked dumbbells. Like
he wasn't benching though.
he said it was a barbell, right? Was he squatting?
Well, he didn't even say what he was going to do. The other guy was like doing shrugs. So he went and took the weight off this guy's.
Barbell?
Yeah.
So he's either squatting or shrugs. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But also like was this guy done with the rack?
And that's what I was kind of wondering too. Like because I remember taking 2 to 3 minutes in between sets, which I don't feel like is that ridiculous. I feel like you're letting your body recover a little bit so I can come back and do it again. So, I mean, I would have probably turned in smirks too if I would have saw the things go down after you just touched the shit that I wasn't done with.
Well, I kind of go back and forth on that because I've definitely had times where I'm like waiting for a machine or a rack or something, and it's like the same guy there for so long, or they're like wasting a bunch of time in the middle. Like this guy's going to talk to someone else, or he's like on his phone, like wasting too much time. Or one thing that like always drives me crazy, which for sure do this if the gym isn't busy, but like you have some like awareness of, are there people waiting for it? Like just as like a respect thing, because sometimes people will like set up like almost their own like circuit and bounce from like
I
machine
would
to
never
machine.
do that.
And it's like, yeah, I get that. Like, but if there's people waiting for stuff, you don't get to take up 4 things at once.
No, but if I'm on a machine, I have no sympathy if I'm on it for 15 minutes.
Yeah. And also like, did he even ask the other guy like, hey, can I cut in and do a set? Or like, you know what I mean? Or did you just jump in and take the weights off?
I'd be totally open to that, but I'm not gonna, if somebody's upset with me because I've been on the same machine for 20 minutes, you can go fuck yourself. Yeah. I don't really care.
Yeah. Also, I've had people say like, oh, can I cut in when I don't love that. Like, I just want to use that machine until I'm done. Wait a little bit because I feel like I wait for other people. If there's no squat racks available, I will adjust my workout to do something else until that's available. I'm not going to be like, well, I have to do that right now. I'm going to cut in. But to each their own. I just feel like some guys are so confident in the gym that they are kind of rude. But that's whatever. That's a different thing.
I kept my head down and keep my headphones in, and I didn't like really to talk to people.
That's how I always feel. I don't want to talk to people.
There's always those people that want to come up and talk to you, and it's like, I'm not here to socialize.
I know. Some people talk for so long. I think I was telling you this too, but like, and he's so sweet, but one of the guys who works at the gym, he's always there when I come, and he'll just like make small talk and stuff, but he's quite a talker. And I like dropped Jaden at the little daycare, so I tell them, they ask me like how long I'm gonna be gone. I'm like 45 minutes. So it's like I'm trying to like get this workout done pretty fast. Anyways, this guy came and talked to me, and he probably talked to me for like 20 minutes, and I kept trying to like nicely kind of like start to put a headphone in or like kind of turn. He was just like not really
wasn't taking the social cues.
So like I'll be nice, but like yeah, I'm not really there to chit chat. All right, this is our very last one. I feel like our episodes are getting shorter. I feel like I'm not doing a good job of having enough stories, or maybe we're not talking enough in the beginning. So we're at like 42 minutes. I guess that's okay.
Yeah. Some episodes will be longer, some will be shorter.
Yeah.
Just what it is.
Last one. When I was in college and lived on campus, I'd wear gym shorts under sweatpants and walk to the gym. When my friend and I got upstairs to the workout area, we'd take off the sweatpants and sweatshirts, stuff them in a cubby, and go work out. One day, while removing my sweatpants, I pulled my shorts down as well and was standing there in my underwear right next to a row of treadmills, all in use by girls. My buddy noticed immediately and laughed hysterically. I quickly pulled my shorts up, stuffed my pants in the cubby, and tried to play it off like nothing had happened as my friend continued to be doubled over in laughter for another minute or two.
So you just flashed a bunch of women.
Uh-huh.
You might want to find a new gym, bud. That's a tough look. 'Cause
You know, I think though, like, when you're embarrassed by some stuff, a lot of things, it's like, it's not that big of a deal though. Like, he probably was so embarrassed. He probably is worried about that every time he goes to the gym or whatever, like, is reliving that in his head. But no one else, like, cares that much when you have something embarrassing happen. You know what I mean?
Oh, just saw a dick.
Yeah. Well, he
Unless
still
it's a
had
Karen.
underwear on.
There's a Karen there somewhere that would have been like, yeah, boy flashed me.
It's not like he fully had his dick out. It's just his underwear.
Well, why is he embarrassed?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought it was because he straight flashed. Like,
No.
he like got pants and everything was gone.
Yeah, no, he was just in his underwear.
Oh,
It's like not that big of a deal.
Not at all.
Also, guys' underwear is way
shorts.
is basically shorts. Girls are in way more revealing shit in a swimsuit
That's fair.
usually.
Yeah.
So, that is all I have for you. What do you think our next episode should be about? You have any thoughts? I have like a little list that I can kind of go over if we can't think of anything.
Well, we should look up like local crime sprees or something.
Oh, that'd be kind of fun. Do like a little true crime episode.
Just local though. Like,
Okay.
just try and dig up some dirt.
So I think that we should each come with our own story and do the research on it. Can we do that? So I'm not the only one doing research.
I don't have the time to do that right now.
What do you mean you don't have the time? Are you being for real?
Yeah.
Then okay, wait.
We can do it.
You can't say this is what we should do for an episode, and you have to do all the research.
I was giving you an idea.
That is okay. If there's ever a chance that we somehow get paid doing this by ads, even if it's $5, I'm taking that $5.
I quit.
That's turning into my coffee money
Quit.
because DJ's the little high boy in the corner complaining about his neck hurting while I set everything up and prep and edit and do everything. Anyways, but I couldn't do it without you. I would not want to be doing a podcast by myself.
You probably do.
No, I mean, yeah, sure. I could sit here and like listen to myself talk for an hour, but I don't think anyone would listen.
I'm just the sidekick anyways.
Okay. Well, that's the story you want to tell yourself.
And that's what, I mean, it's pretty much what it is.
Okay. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.